I met the real librarian. What was your school library like? What was your school librarian like? Was he or she mean? Were they nice? The reason I'm asking you all this will become clear when I tell my story. Hopefully you will catch on to what I'm saying, or just think this is another creepypasta and scroll on. On one particular day where everything was fine, we all had fun that day in middle school, and I liked hanging out with my friends because I couldn't hang out with them after school. When the time to go to the library came, I was excited. I loved the library. I basically loved books in general. The time you can spend and think that you're in a fictionally created world is fascinating. The way the library is usually always quiet is good for me. I love reading in silence. I especially love having conversations with the old librarian, Miss White. She was a sweet, kind old woman. Nobody rarely was mean to her, or if they were properly scolded by the principal. As all my classmates were in the library doing our science work, because our teacher called in sick, the bell rung. Welp, off to music, I thought. But I had to finish this chapter of the book I was reading first. I already had completed my work, and I always did before my other classmates. I was reading a fantastic story about a thing called a hobbit. I loved fantasy worlds, the way that even if you stray too far from the story just to explore the world and the book itself. I hear someone call my name in sort of a silent whisper. Mark. I turned around to find no one in the library, not even the librarian. My heart started beating as I put the book up. Hello? Miss White? I called out, thinking that she was probably in the back with the audio tapes and the newer books that they get through the mail. Shit, I thought. Gonna be late. As I went towards the door, I heard my name in that same silent whisper. Mark. I heard it this time, and it sent chills all the way down my spine. My brain instinctively went into fight or flight mode, but I went to the direction of the voice anyway. For some reason, I couldn't move my legs on my own. It was like something was controlling me. My legs felt like they were about to faint as I kept walking. I felt like I was going to black out. Help, I thought, and pleaded to my brain. Don't listen to it. Don't listen to this voice. What is this voice, and what does it belong to? As I went past Mrs. White's desk and towards the small dark room that's always seemed like something is going on in there, to look for Miss White, I took a quick glance past the desk and into the hallway as no one was in it. Well, I'm in trouble now, I thought sarcastically, since I'm pretty sure the thing with the voice planned to kill me. I took a quick glance past the desk and into the hallway. No one was in it. My head then goes back towards the room that I was headed towards. It feels like I'm walking on death row, I think. Then my whole body stops moving. I couldn't even move if I tried. My throat was becoming dry and sweat was going down my body. A long, hairless hand with claw-like features went out in the dark room and held onto the right side of the door. Please don't go out any further, I thought in fear. I'll have nightmares for the rest of my life. Mark. It says in that silent voice whisper again as its other arm goes to the left side, both arms leaving scratch marks by the door. Then its grotesque head comes out of the darkness. It looked like Mrs. White's head, except morphed into a terrifying shape. Mark. As the silent voice goes through its hideous open mouth with rotting, sharp teeth. In my mind, I'm crying as I'm thinking I'm going to die. I knew that if I died, it wouldn't leave anything left. This hideous creature wouldn't have survived this long without doing so. I then, with one last resort of the humanity that I could still move and think with, went to embrace a hopefully fast death. Warn them. That thing said in the same dark whisper. Until then, I noticed the rasp in its voice. Warn the bad ones that I will come for them. Then this thing went back into the darkness of the room, and my body felt as if released by its weight. Then, with the same fear of it still lingering, I ran to the door of the library and started knocking and banging as fast and hard as I could. When a teacher eventually came to my aid, I found out that the school day was over with. Somehow that thing kept me there for the entire rest of the school day. As the teacher that helped me went to lead me out of the school building, I went to take one last look at the dark room. None of that thing's scratch marks were left near the door. It made my heart beat faster as I left the school building. Now, what I'm going to say is exactly what the creature wanted me to warn. I got what it was trying to say and what the creature is. The thing is a manifestation of all librarians' bad thoughts. It then heads out and hunts the kids that made it come into existence. It never hunted me, but I know that as I went to a couple high school reunions, that some of my classmates that everyone knew as the bad kids, but that had changed suddenly, had mysteriously disappeared. Miss White, the librarian, died when I went into high school, but that creature still lives. Memories linger more than a person does when it dies. So next time you see your librarian, make sure you're nice to him or her. Make sure to warn the bad kids in your school. And if you are one of the bad kids reading this, I pray for you, 'cause it's already with you, watching. Thank you so much for listening to today's story. This was I Met the Real Librarian by DBZ King 13. I originally found this work by them about a year ago on No Sleep. I was given permission by DBZ King about a year ago to narrate this, but sadly things didn't work out, and so now here I am narrating it now. No fault to them, it was completely me, definitely all me. Sorry. I guess the last thing that I want to say is please go and check out the original story as well as the other posted narrations that I have right now from DBZ King 13. Soon I will be uploading a compilation of all three of these stories from DBZ King as kind of a highlight. I think I really, really love their stories. I just really do, personally. If you don't, that's totally fine. I understand it. DBZ King, I am so looking forward to seeing if you enjoyed my version of these narrations. Thank you so much for allowing me to do a couple narrations of your story. Literally read your stories all the time. The invisible ladder is amazing, and the customers won't stop drinking milk. It's such a funny, interesting concept. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope that you have a spooky spooky rest of your day. Hey guys, just jumping in here last minute because I definitely forgot to mention this. But if you guys could please go ahead and give some love to Isabel Bartnicki, who is the illustrator who gave me permission to use her image as the cover image for today's video. That'd be very helpful. So I'll have the link to her website in the description. Please go check her out. She's got some amazing artwork.